You are listening to the Urban Sports Scene with Wole and Ray. It's time for HBCU Corner. Right now, we have one of the main ballers off of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore's women's basketball team, Zamara Haynes, on the HBCU Corner. What's up, Zamara? And welcome to HBCU Corner with the Urban Sports Scene.
Let's go.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good, let's go, man. We got our shirts. We ready. We ready to rock it. You know what I mean?
Hey, we represent, man. It's time.
It's time. It's definitely time. So, it's about that time of year, Zamara. Homecoming's right here. So, what are your homecoming plans? What's going on?
Homecoming, my team and I, we're basically just getting ready for our game. We trying to put on a show for the people that's coming out to support us, and we just making sure that we start the year off strong. And we're really not doing too much partying because, like I said, we gotta get ready for our season. So we're pretty much just preparing for that, being able to put on a show, and give the fans what they coming to see.
Who's the homecoming opponent?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Cause used to be Morgan State though back in the day. Back I ain't gonna lie, back in the day used to be Morgan State for us.
That's like the biggest game of the year. So is it a different type of preparation, knowing that you're gonna get all the alumni and it's gonna be such a big crowd?
We really try not to focus on the outside, any outside effects that may take toll on us during the game. We just want to go in, watch film, and focus on our game plan for whatever the team is. So we make the adjustments for every team that we play. So once I figure out who it is that we are going against, then I'll know what the game plan will be.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. See, I like your mindset already, and that's a good segue because at the end of last season is when y'all really got hot, heading into the MEAC tournament. And despite that heartbreaking loss to Howard, we chatted about that before we came on.
Yeah.
Do you expect how you played so well at the end of last season to carry over into this season?
Absolutely. I feel like that momentum that we had is definitely going to bleed into the start of this next year. Preparing for the season these past couple weeks we've seen a significant difference from last year. It's like drills and stuff that we were doing that we were like struggling with completing, like not making times and not making goals and not making enough shots. But I feel like now, like that momentum that we had and knowing that what our chances are and that we can do it like give us this different type of fight in practice. So like we've definitely been preparing better. That momentum definitely got our heads held high. Like we took it on the chin, and now we know what we gotta do. So we making that adjustment.
No, we saw it last year. We saw it in that tournament. You guys about there. Y'all ready for real? Y'all definitely ready. So individually speaking, last year you led the team in scoring, averaging 11 points per game, and you had a good tournament, a real good tournament performance. What have you done the all season to build on top of that in terms of your individual game? Just
watching film, studying my weaknesses and applying more pressures wherever I do feel like I need to work on. I've started to meditate. I started to like try and clear my mind and focus on the task at hand, whatever it may be. But yeah, that mainly meditating and working on my weaknesses.
Good. Don't lose that Philly fire though. Don't do that.
Of course not.
Okay, all right, about to say.
Coach Batchelor at the MEAC tournament, he got real emotional when he was talking about his relationship with his players. So describe to us and the people about what type of coach and what type of person Coach Batchelor is. I mean, I feel like he's just an amazing dude. He's been on with us before. He talked about taking people to appointments, just being like a father figure more than just a coach. But I want to hear from you and what he means to you and your teammates.
Yeah, Coach B, he's an all-around great guy. Like it's no one thing that you could just point out about him that would like outweigh another attribute. Like I feel like he does a good job with all these kids coming from different states, and he does a good job, like you said, like having that father figure, like showing that he cares. And I know most schools and most coaches treat their teams like a business, but with him it's more of a family. Like he don't really like. We don't get that business side. Like it's always been like a family. You can come to him about anything, and not. It's guaranteed that he gonna have your back. Like he let you know what it is up front. He don't play no games. Yeah, he's a great guy, and the relationship that he has with other parents of my teammates and stuff like that, I feel like that goes a long way too. Like he building that foundation for that relationship with these athletes and stuff like that.
Though Coach Batchelor is known for upsetting top seeds at the MEAC tournament. But I'm not gonna lie, me and Wole, we feel like this is the year right here. We feel like y'all gonna enter into that tournament a top seed. So what's it gonna be like being a top seed as opposed to being one of the lower seeds looking to make that upset? Are you still gonna have that same edge, that same dog when you hit that tournament?
Yeah, of course. Like you said, like I said, that Philly Fire is not going anywhere, and that Hawk Pride is not going nowhere either. We always gonna keep that. We got that chip on our shoulder. We got a point to prove. We always got that mindset. So like, if we are coming into the MEAC tournament and we are first seed, we still gonna carry it like we was last seed. Like we still gotta we got one goal. That goal not gonna change, and because of our position and our seed and stuff like that, like we still gotta fight like we down 30. We still gotta make sure that we got that dog. So yeah, it's definitely we still gonna have that fight for sure.
You're talking about that a little bit. You're one of the leaders. So what are your expectations going into the season?
Well, I expect us to shoot the ball better, really. We a lot more hungrier as far as our defensive aspect. Offense is gonna take care of itself, but I feel like going into this year, we're gonna be a lot better defensively. Like we're taking a lot of pride early and working on defense. So I expect us to have that dog in us when we on defense. It's gonna show. I expect y'all to see that.
Okay, so defense is gonna be the trademark?
That's gonna be it right there.
All right, bet. All right, so name it. We're obviously talking to you, and I think you're one. I actually watching the tournament and watching you last year. Your ISO game is thorough. I feel like your ISO game is thorough. Folks can't stay in front of you. We go on the sideline with other coaches, and they're like, "Oh, we can't. Hey, you got to stop her. They can't do it." You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there saying like they just can't do it, bro. You got to double. You can't just go one-on-one with her. So. Other than yourself, name another player that you think we all should keep an eye on that's taking their game to the next level.
And we all are. We all
Okay.
take that to the next level. We working. We pushing each other. We holding each other accountable. Keeping it up front, keeping it tall with each other, letting each other know like you need to work on this. We need to get in there together. If you need a rebound, I'm there for you. So like, I expect our whole team to show a significant difference going into this season.
So you talked about being from Philly and what that means. I know the general public, when they think Philly ballers, they think people like Kyle Lowry, maybe the Morris twins, but who was your inspiration and how does that, come into your game? How does that factor into your game? You always talk about, I'm from Philly, like I'm tough, you know what I'm saying? Just share a little bit more about what that means.
Coming from Philly, like I got that Philly fire. Like I'm coming in there. I got the chip on my shoulder. My inspiration is Kyrie Irving. He always been my inspiration. So like you said about that ISO game, I try to take a lot of notes from Kyrie Irving. Like, but and I know he's not from Philly, but like a lot of growing up, a lot of my peers like that Kyrie Irving was like our go-to. So. I know I'm not the only person coming from Philly that really look up to Kyrie Irving. I feel like a lot of kids coming out of Philly like to have that ISO game. So like now that I know it shows, is like I appreciate the recognition that I get from it because it's like it took a lot. It's a lot of hard work, and Philly gave me that edge for sure, making me better. Playing against guys growing up really gave me that like that dog. So like I was seeing stuff, I was trying to do stuff that I couldn't do at that time, but like it came along. I came a long way. I worked at it. I learned that work ethic from my environment where I grew up. Like I realized that it was all on me. So Philly definitely teach you how to keep your head strong, like give me that head strength.
Kyrie from Jersey, that's close enough, I guess.
I was hoping to say AI. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was.
No, he's not from Philly though. I mean,
I know he ain't from it, but he played from Philly though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they claim him.
Do y'all claim AI in Philly? Mary, you let him. You said
that was
the
before my time. So a lot of guys, a lot of older kids, they a lot of those they do give AI his props. I admit that.
But you also specified North Philly. You know what I mean? I always say, what's the difference?
North Philly versus the rest of Philly. A lot of grit. in North Philly. Like it's real treacherous. So
I like Escobios, man. I like Escobios down South Philly, I guess. That's South Philly.
yeah, South Philly, yeah.
What was the transition hard when you went to UMES? Like the culture and all that, the different people from other hoods and all, or did you just transition nicely?
Well, I have to admit, when I first came, it was a lot different because like growing up in the inner city like that is like it's always something going on outside my window. So like that transition from it being loud to it being dramatically quiet, like that difference is like I couldn't sleep. Like I had to have my TV on, so I had to have that little extra sound. But now I go home and then I don't want to hear anything. I'm like, I'm spoiled to that little quietness in my own space and having my food made for me at the caf, like stuff like that. I feel like definitely changed me. Like, but I did grow. Like I learned and developed a sense of independence from coming here. It made me grow up.
That's like all of us. We got down there like, dang, where are we? And
where the metro
like,
at? I was like, where the metro at, man? Where the bus
Why
is
is everything 20 minutes away?
At Walmart, try and get a ride to Walmart, bro. We drive it first.
Yes.
But I asked you that for a reason, because you have no choice but to focus on hooping and focus on your schoolwork. So if you're already locked in, you got that Philly fire. To me, that just adds to your ability to grow as a player, as an athlete, as a student, because you out there and you focus. You know what I'm saying? You leaving all that behind and you go home and you still got that same discipline. I think it's a good thing for real.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely dope. All right, well, Zamara, this has been dope. Is there anything you would like to add before we let you go?
I appreciate you guys for having me. Definitely.
We appreciate you being on, man.
We're gonna see you during the season. We're gonna see you during the season, no doubt. Yeah. And you already know we represent, man. We try to be objective, but at the end of the day, I
don't do a good job. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't do a good job. So
at the end of the day, we represent. You already know. So let's keep the nets down.
I said thanks for keeping it a bean.
Yeah, I got to, bro. I got to. I can't look. I'm telling you, I tried. Like I tried, and then it was over. It just once I saw y'all hooping, it was over. Right? It was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they going. I'm like, Morgan State, Ohio State, they going. Like they frying Morgan State. Then then Howard, I was like, okay, they here. And then I was like, dude, I hurt. I don't even want to talk about it no more, bro. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Every time I see it, I keep seeing it. I see it. It's all good. I was on Facebook.
Hey, but look, before
I was like,
we let you go, we had another player from another school. We ain't gonna say who it was. They was like, man, I had my worst games against Maryland Eastern Shore.
They did.
So y'all doing something, man. And that, listen, like I said, go back. You can go back in our interviews and you can check it out. But like I said, we're cool with everybody. But we already know who home is, though. So we cutting down the nest this season, and we gonna come back. We are gonna do this again.
Yep, you guys can expect to see good things for sure.
Definitely. All right. Well, thanks for being on. We appreciate you.
Thank you.